afternoon, everyone. This is Nitha Ramachandra from the NR Sports Show. This is episode 897. I'm joined by a really special guest. His name is Doug Gabriel. He's a former NFL wide receiver. He went to UCF for college. He played for the Oakland Raiders, now the Las Vegas Raiders. He played for the Patriots, Bengals, and he also played in the Arena Football League, which is amazing. And we'll get to all of that. And now he has a foundation. Go check out his foundation. First of all, Doug, I just want to say thank you for joining the show. It's truly an honor. And how are you and your family doing today?
Oh, doing great. Just, happy to be a guest on your show.
Yeah, so I want to start off with your childhood, and you grew up in Miami, Florida. What was it like growing up as a kid in Florida? And did you have any like role models growing up? And when did you start playing football?
Well, I started playing football when I was about 5. My mom loved football, and she wanted me to get into football. And then she talked to a neighborhood friend. His name was Coach Dickie Bob, and talked to him, and he told her that I didn't need to play flag football. I need to go try for this contact football over on Miami Beach. And he took me over there, and it started from there.
Wow. So did you who did you look up to, any like NFL players that you looked up to?
I was raised up watching Jerry Rice. There's just a whole lot of people. Barry Sanders. When you sit and watching these guys play, and to see them enjoying the game and loving their craft, that was amazing to me. And just get the opportunity to watch them, and then having the opportunity to participate in the sport, that was like the best thing in the world.
Wow. Yeah, so I want to get to your high school career, and what were the main things that you learned in high school? And this is a question I always like to ask former players: is other than receiver, did you get to play any other positions? Because now these days, coaches love to play kids. They like versatile players now, and they like to play kids on offense and defense. So did you get to play any other positions other than receiver?
Well, the crazy part about it is I was recruited as a safety.
Okay. Oh, wow.
I just felt like I can help my team out more if I was on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
But I was recruited as a safety, and that was like surprising to me because I loved offense, but they see me because I was about 6'2", and at that time they didn't want receivers that tall. So that was a big shot for me. And from University of Miami, Florida State, all basically except Miami, but Florida State wanted me to play safety.
Wow. So I want to ask you, what were the main things that you learned as a receiver in high school that got you to where you're at right now in college and the NFL?
Well, in high school, my junior year, because when I moved up to Orlando, after my mom passed, I played football. In my junior year, we really didn't pass the ball as much.
Oh.
We had that whole triple option thing going.
Wow.
So it was more so you was a luxurious blocking tight end type. They put you out there and you had to block the whole time. And then when they did pass, it was amazing because I had 11 catches for 8 touchdowns.
Well, so I want to get to your college recruiting process. Obviously, you stayed close to home at UCF, and did you have any other offers that were on the table? And what made you choose UCF?
Well, coming out of high school, I signed with Miami, but they was put on probation, so that's when they took all the scholarships away. And most people don't know, but should know. I went to junior college.
Okay.
I went to Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College, and that was a great experience for me just to, hone in on my craft and really love the game of football. Because coming out of high school, being an All-American, stuff like that, you never think that you'll have to go that route. But because of the scholarships was taken, that was like a big wake-up call for me. So once I got there, I had all the schools wanted me to come there, and I just wanted to stay home because I wanted my family to always see me participate and play. So that was one of the biggest things for me, is my family to see me play.
Yeah, speaking of the All-American, what was that experience like being nominated for All-American and the top receiver in high school?
In high school, well, remember we didn't. So now we don't have that 5-star and all that.
Yeah.
It was either you made it to the Florida Georgia game here in Florida, and that was like the best thing you can get.
Mhm.
And that's when you know you really did something. And it was fun for me. I didn't pay attention to it. I just felt like getting that honor, it makes you work harder because there's always somebody out there thinking they better than you, or they always want to go against you and stuff like that. So I loved it. I love the competition.
Yeah, so this is a two-part question, and obviously, what was it like June? How did junior college help you in a big way where you got to where you're at right now, especially UCF and going to UCF after junior college? What did you learn in junior college that helped you in a big way?
What I learned was the fact that this game is, it's just more so you're given an opportunity to participate in this game. Everybody cannot play this game.
Mhm.
And going to junior college was like an eye opener because, it was just, you're not getting the big crowds like you wanted to. You're not on TV like you should. You feel like you should be on. And it was like, you know what? If you get another opportunity, you should literally like take it and, run with it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, your screen went away.
Yeah, can you see me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the next part.
So
Oh, sorry.
go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, and I was just like, as amazing. Like, so I tell kids now,
Mm-hmm.
If you do or you don't have to go to junior college, still understand that you're given an opportunity that most people don't have, and that's still to first further your education, but also compete on another level.
Yeah. Hmm. So the next part to this question, what was the experience like playing at UCF and playing in front of those fans? And obviously, it's a great college to go to for football. And what was the college atmosphere like for you there?
Well, before I got to UCF, I committed to Florida State, but they wanted me to, like I said, they wanted me to play safety.
Yeah.
And I just felt like my talent was best used on the offside of the ball. But getting to UCF, we didn't play on the stadium. We didn't play at the stadium they at now. We played at back then as it's Campbell War now, but it used to call Citrus Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
But to play in that stadium was amazing because I played in it one time in high school, and it was just so amazing just to be in a stadium like that. And it was like, my God, it was like a dream. And to see your family in there, see their fans in there, and they're screaming, and it was just like uplifting. And to go to a program like that, when it was upcoming, we had Dante and them and a couple more guys, Charles Lee, who came out of the program.
Mm-hmm.
I just felt like it gave me an opportunity to help build a program, to sit and say, hey, I was here and I helped lay the bricks for this program that, like right now, you see today.
So I want to get to your draft experience. What was that like? You got drafted in 03, round 5, pick 167 by the Oakland Raiders, now the Las Vegas Raiders. So what was that experience like, waiting for your name to be called, waiting with your family, and once you got the name called, what was that like from the Raiders?
It was first, it was stressful, but I'm appreciative of my cousin. He seen it in my eyes, and we just took off, went to the mall. To be honest with you, we wasn't home, we wasn't around my family and stuff like that. We went to the mall, and then when I got the call, we were just walking in the mall talking, and it was just amazing to hear, Al Davis. You talked to Al Davis, and then we talked to Callahan, and then I talked to Fred Bolitikoff, and just to hear him speak, because I met him at the Senior Bowl, and I met him at the Combine. So just to meet him and talk to him and go over all that stuff was amazing for me, because this is the guy who got the best receiver award named after him, and to have him say, "Hey, I'm going to be coaching you," was amazing. That was amazing. So I was so excited about that. But I also was more excited because 2 days before I had my son.
Oh, wow.
So it was just so much excitement going on. And then after that, not even a week later, I had to fly out to go to mini camp, to rookie camp.
Wow. Well, what was that like? Obviously, having a kid is the most important thing and the most precious thing. So, what was that like? obviously you said 2 days before you had the kid, and then while preparing for the draft. How did you balance that out?
You know what? I just did what came natural. You know, I was there for my son the whole time. I was still trying to do like interviews and stuff like that. And it was just amazing. It was amazing. I just sit and say that right there was like the highlight of my life.
Wow.
To have my son, to get the opportunity to be a part of a 1 percentile club, that was amazing.
Yeah, so obviously you had 2 stints with the Raiders, but obviously the first stint when you came in as a rookie training camp, and when you see players like Tim Brown, Hall of Famer, Jerry Rice, Hall of Famer, what was that like? And obviously you guys had a great defense. Bill Romanowski, I remember, Trace Armstrong, Domby Osama. You can go down the list here. What was it like playing with those legendary players, especially?
You had Philip Buchanan, you had Hall of Famer Charles Wilson, you had a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we had Rod Wilson also. We had Jerry Porter.
Yeah.
The great thing about it, I was playing with somebody I was raised up watching with Jerry Rice, and then having Jerry and Tim. My lockers in between theirs was so amazing. You know, just to have that opportunity, it was just like I felt at home. I felt at home. They didn't make you feel no less like you're a rookie, thing like that, even though you had to do your rookie duties. But they still made you feel like you was a part of the team and you're going to come in to contribute the whole time.
So what was it like seeing Charles Woodson, Rod Woodson, Tim Brown, Jerry Rice going at work?
It was like, wow. I mean, you got guys who are Hall of Famers, who's at that time future Hall of Famers, and potentially you could sit here and absorb all that knowledge they have. And that's what I literally took up on. Like, I wanted to understand this game from their aspect and not just my own. I just wanted to understand where they was coming from and what got them to the point they're at now. And that was like, I had to take that and run with it.
So what advice did Tim Brown and Jerry Rice give you as a rookie when you're coming in minicamp as a receiver?
Don't take things for granted, you know, because you'll be here one day, you'll be here the next day. And I remember them telling me, when you here, don't make too many friends until the season starts, because you never know when that guy be gone. You know, and I didn't realize it because, you know, I was a little bit of a social bug and stuff like that. And I wanted to know the people in my locker room because they was my brothers. But it was just the fact that when they tell you that, you never knew. And I didn't pay attention to that until I got traded to New England.
So this is a two-part question here. What was it like getting playing with quarterbacks like Rich Gannon and Rick Mirror? And also, what was it like the fan base like? Because with the black hole and the Raiders fan base is crazy.
Oh, listen, I mean, I tell people all the time, you're never going to get no fans like the Raiders. You're never going to get any fans like the Raiders, I feel. And I know a whole million of people feel the same way. Like, it's like a family. Once, like, you got that saying, once a Raider, always a Raider. And the organization stand by that. Ownership stand by that. The players stand by that. Every player who's been in a Raider organization still will make that statement, once a Raider, always a Raider. And, you know, we commit to excellence. And that's what, you know, God rest his soul, Al Davis wanted us to be. And that's what we, you know, still to this day. I haven't played for them since 07, 08. So I'm still the same person to where, hey, once Raider, always Raider. I will support the Raiders till I leave this earth.
So, and what was it like playing with like quarterbacks, Rich Gannon and Rick Mirror?
Playing with Rich, player Kerry Collins, player Tui Asasopo. Playing with them guys at the Raiders was great because Rich had the knowledge and he had the wisdom because he played for a while when I got there. Yeah. And he was also, you know, MVP. I mean, he has a whole lot. And just to hear him to understand about, you got to get in your play, but you got to know the plays, because without knowing these plays, you will never get on the field. Matter of fact, you won't have a job if you don't know these plays. And I was just like, you know what? Every time I had a free time and stuff like that, all I wanted to do is learn my plays, understand my plays, not just my position, but other positions, just in case my number was called.
So obviously now you get traded to New England, which is another great franchise. But how tough is it for you when you heard the news when you got traded from Oakland, the team that drafted you to go to New England?
It was heartbreaking. It was heartbreaking. Like I, just you know, got kicked out of the house.
Hmm.
Just felt like I was a loner. Didn't feel like I belonged. It was just a whole lot of stuff running through my mind that whole 24 hours because right after I got traded, we flew back to Oakland from Seattle, and I was driving to San Francisco, from San Francisco to Boston, taking physicals and all that, and then practicing. All that within 24 hours. So to go from something that you know for 4 years and then going to learn another whole system and stuff like that was just like was just crazy. It was crazy. You know, like the players at New England was great. They loved their job also, and like I said, I'm just grateful for the opportunity.
Yeah. So what was the experience like there? And obviously you got to play with the great Tom Brady, who's still playing in the league. So what was it like playing with Tom Brady, Ben Watson, and obviously playing underneath Coach Belichick?
Um, Playing with Brady them is just more so just he was a student of the game.
Mm.
He was like a younger version of like you talking like me talking to Jerry Rice was like amazing, but he was a younger version. He always tried to be great, and he just not wanted to be great. He wanted his teammates to be great. So that was the great thing about him. That's why when you hear everybody wants to play with Tom, yeah, it's probably true because he don't only want to be great. He wants you to be great because he know if you're great, he's gonna be great.
Hmm. So and then obviously now after New England, you get to go back to with the Raiders for a second stint. So what was it like coming back home, playing for the Raiders again?
It was like a relief, but it also was at a point where you had the younger guys and stuff like that, and I felt like if you get 2 or 3 seasons in the league, you're old. So you felt like you was a veteran, you was the older guy and stuff like that. So it was just like, um, I'm here to help the program, but also help the younger guys and stuff like that. And that's what I kind of try to start to take on. So for that whole year, it was just more so just taking on as one of the older guys and just trying to develop the younger guys like the Carlos Francis, Johnny Morant, and stuff like that. That's what I love doing. That's what I was love doing, and I'll keep doing it till like that's why I coach now because of what I adopted when I got back to the Raiders.
And also, when you came back to the Raiders, you got to play with Randy Moss with the Raiders. What was that like playing with Randy Moss?
Well, playing with Randy was amazing because it was like you got a guy who they're eventing coverages for a guy and they doubling and tripling, and it's giving you an opportunity to showcase your talent because now you're gonna start getting footballs, you're gonna start getting passes, you're gonna start getting more and more to where it's gonna open up more doors for you. And Randy loved that because he always loved playing with another skill guy or a guy who had the potential because it helps him out. It was always playing, playing with each other, and that was just amazing to where you play off each other. He catch a couple of passes here and there, and then all of a sudden you catch a pass here and there, and you're both celebrating each other because it was amazing. I mean, we had a receiving core out this world from me, Randy, Jerry Porter, Ron Curry, Elvis Whitted. I mean, that receiving core was very, very much so great.
Hmm. And then obviously now to finish off your career, you go to Cincinnati. Obviously, what was it like playing in Cincinnati? You got to play with TJ Humsazada, Chad Ochocinco, and all these other great players in Cincinnati. And what was it like there playing in Cincinnati with the fan base?
It was great, but you got to remember TJ was already getting ready to head to Seattle,
Mm-hmm.
and it was trying to kind of replace TJ, give Chad some help and stuff like that. And it was great playing. It was great out there, enjoying myself. And then, broke my wrist.
Oh.
So that kind of knocked me off right there. So when I broke my wrist, it put me down for that whole season. And that's when last year I was in the league.
Yeah. So what would you say your best moment or funniest moment that you had in your career in the NFL with all the teams that you play for in the NFL?
The funniest time, my most memorable time was the fact that when it was just like at practice, we're sitting here and we're trying to work on routes, we're doing this and that, and you know, it was always like a challenge on a person to, not drop a pass, not mess up on a route, not mess up on assignment, stuff like that. I take that as it was always a competition. It goes from top down. It didn't care. Freddie B did not care. It went from top down. If you mess up this day or this and that, yeah, or it was this you had to do or that you had to do. And I took that was like, you know what? That's something that you love because it would make you, and it will have you have that mentality of it's always a competition. Doesn't make a difference who you are, where you come from, or what's your status. It's always a competition because at the end of the day, you'll have a great day. I'll have a great day. It just depends on who's having that hot hands on that day.
Yeah, so I want to ask you about transitioning from the NFL to the Arena Football League. Much different league, and what was that? I feel like it's a fast-paced league, and what was that like transition like for you playing in the Arena Football League?
It was fast-paced, but it seemed like if you run 5 steps, you're the back of the end zone. So it was like real quick. You had to change your routes, you had to change your steps, you had to change your mentality, and it's just all. I mean, you had the wall there, so you had to protect yourself from the wall. So it was a whole lot. It was a whole lot just trying to change your whole dynamics of what you've learned your whole career. Now you have to literally felt like it's like a red zone in a 20 by 20. Felt like.
Wow, and what would you say your best moment in the Arena Football League was?
Just playing here at the hometown with here with the Preds. It was just like, again, I still get to do something I love.
Yeah.
But I also, get to have like my son see me and stuff like that. That's amazing because at that time, my son is like 6, 7 years old now, so he understands compared to, he was like 7 to 8 compared to his first, 6 years. It was like, he gonna understand, but he's not gonna understand.
Right.
When I asked my son today, do you remember this and that? He's like, Daddy, I was 2. I was 2 years old. Like, yeah, he didn't really remember that. So, like, I love that part because my son got to at least see something I did do.
So now looking back at your career, obviously you had a great career, in my opinion, great receiver. How great for you to be in this position? Obviously now sharing your story to these kids that you coach right now, and obviously you're offensive coordinator at East River High School in 2013. So what was that like experience like, and how great are you to be able to be coaching these kids now?
Well, and I started coaching, like you said, in 2013. I became the receiver coach. The next year I became the OC / then I became the head coach that next year. Then I was there for 4 or 5 seasons. And to give knowledge to kids like that was amazing. And to have some of your fellow teammates from college who played in the league who just, stepped away and wanted to coach, to get them to come help, that was amazing. It was amazing. And the advice I give my kids on a daily, in life, it's always, you always got to strive to be the best. One thing I was told that once you set a goal, do not set a backup plan, because you set a backup plan, that means you're planning to fail at that goal you already set. Right. You already set. So if you want to set a goal and that goal is hard to achieve, set another one. And as you keep going, trying to get to that one goal, maybe you accomplish another goal you did, but keep going. Strive to be the best. Don't give up on your dream. Never give up on your dream, because I had an opportunity to give up on my dream when I went when lost the scholarships. I had that time to say, you know what, I just go in the workforce. But I just felt like I had a good supporting cast with my family and my friends. They didn't want to see me give up on my dream.
Wow. Yeah. So now, what's it like now helping these kids out, grow, develop them, and grow into the players they want to be, and especially now these days, kids. I like to see when kids are active and not playing video games. So what's it like now just helping them out grow as a player?
It's great. Like they have a lot of avenues that they have. Like, what I get the whole headache of everybody wants to be a trainer and everybody knows everything. My thing is that's not what I'm trying to do. My foundation, we started a 7-on-7. Now we've partnered up with another group to where we have a 7-on-7 travel football team that give the kids another door or opportunity to showcase their talent, to go out here and get more looks from the college and stuff like that. And we started this, and for the last 4 years, we done helped over 40, 50 kids get a scholarship and get into college. And that's my biggest thing. And it seemed like the way high school is transitioning to from all the AAU and all this, like you don't really see these top 100 players playing high school basketball anymore per se.
Right.
You see them only doing the circuit with the AAU travel, baseball the same thing, soccer the same thing. All these sports is going to that AAU thing, and only thing that's really still in the school system is football. I mean, track's even AAU, and that's one of the things that we're trying to hold on to that. But at the end of the day, these kids feel like if they can get more work, more time to do these travel leagues, that's what they're going to do. So my thing is, want to help these kids. My foundation, my friends, we all want to put together something that we're going to help these kids at any means necessary. And if that's with the travel football or the travel 7-on-7 or going to this camp so these kids get in front of these coaches, that's what we're going to do.
So speaking of the foundation, where can people find the foundation and help out, chip in? And also, obviously you have a couple events coming up. I see with Chris Johnson, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, Chris Johnson, Mike Sims Walker, Michael Gaines, and a couple more other players who we all live in Central Florida, like trying to get together, help raise money for scholarship for the inner city youth kids. So we're trying to do that, and it also give us the opportunity to get out and converse and network, and also just relax and talk football around former players, all our peers and stuff like that. I mean, it was something that we've been talking about for a while to do, and now since we have this COVID thing, but it's also not that you can get it to where make sure you're wearing your mask, hand sanitizer and all that. So I think it's gonna be fun to where you got a lot of guys get the opportunity to watch games because everybody start this whole football league they got going on. So it's giving them the opportunity to sit with their buddies and talk football and not have to worry about anything of the sort.
And where can people find the foundation?
Well, it's my foundation on all social media at DG85 Foundation on all social media. That's Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And then you go to dg85.com. And right now they're actually redoing the page and uploading new things and stuff like that. But they can also go there for information, or they can just go to the social media page. If they want to get in contact, they want to help, or they want to help donate, they can always go to social media page and message. We already got somebody who's on that 24/7 that helps out.
Wow. Yeah, so now we do this fun little segment. It's called the rapid fire segment. You ready for this?
Let's go.
All right. Favorite memorable game in arena and NFL?
Favorite memorable game in the NFL was against Tampa Bay because my best friend came and he liked Derek Brooks and John Lynch.
And favorite memorable game in Arena Football League?
New Orleans, Voodoo. That was amazing. That was amazing to see their fans. It was amazing.
All right. What are your thoughts on Darren Waller and Henry Ruggs?
I'd rather not say.
Yeah. What was your reaction when the Raiders moved to Las Vegas?
My reaction was, my first reaction was, oh God, I hope these kids don't get in trouble. Hope these guys don't get in trouble. Hope my brother don't get in trouble. But, being out there, dealing with the alumni department and stuff like that, and then talking to the coaches, the owners and stuff like that, I think it was a great move. It's an opportunity to where they can help build a city that already got certain things, but can help bring sports to that city. I mean, I took my son out there. My son was loving it. I mean, the fans was loving it. People was loving it. And, I know on this Monday night game, it's already sold out. So it's going to be great. It's going to be great.
Yeah. What was your hype music?
You know what's crazy? I really didn't have a hype music, but I used to listen to a lot of Mystical back in the days and stuff like that. And one thing was crazy that once I'm getting ready, like catching punts and stuff like that, I had to listen to like some R&B. My favorite singer was Brian McKnight.
Oh, wow.
And it was more so listen to the lyrics, but also getting the beat, because I had this whole thing, like I tell my kids, you got to have a beat in your head when you're playing this game.
Yeah.
So once you start getting that rhythm, then everything started to click. And that's the rhythm you need to get. And that's how I used to do.
Yeah, so speaking of NFL season, obviously NFL season's coming back, college football is back. So what's it like just to see fans back in these football stadiums now?
Oh God, a lot of players probably they getting overhyped. I mean, I know they are, because just to hear the fans, the family, and stuff like that, and just to hear them cheering. Oh man, I mean, I got chill bumps the other night, because it's great to see Mackenzie Milton back at the, playing, and to see this kid play his first 2 years, 3 years before he got hurt, and now to see him come back from an injury like that, and to know this kid personally, to know this kid is a loving kid, a great athlete. It was just happening. I felt like I was his teammate, and I got goosebumps. Like, I was so excited watching that game.
Yeah, speaking of Mackenzie Milton, and obviously a horrific injury, and for him to be able to come back from that, I call him the warrior, and he was a warrior out there on the field, even though they lost, but he still played great. What a great kid he is, and what do you think his future holds? Do you think he could be a good NFL quarterback?
I think he can, and I think his future holding him getting more time on the field, but he's having the opportunity. He's a gamer. You cannot knock that. He's a gamer. Yeah. This kid got it in him. He knows this game of football, and let this kid play. He's a gamer, so let him play. Let him go out there and help, especially Florida State. He's gonna do nothing but help the program. I promise you that. Like, we see that everybody's seeing the flashes of what can happen. Just give him the opportunity.
Yeah, so I'm a big Dallas Cowboy fan, and we play Buccaneers tomorrow night against Tom Brady in Tampa. So what are your thoughts on CeeDee Lamb as a receiver?
He's a good receiver. He's a great receiver. He loves playing this game, and he take his craft serious. So I see him doing big things, but it's just coming to a point where you're going with a team who basically got every player back from a team, and that camaraderie is already there. Mm-hmm. Dallas is still trying to build that. Now, Dallas got a lot of great players, and that's another, that he's coming back from a major injury, and to see him coming back and stuff like that, that's just like, you see the hard work from these guys. They get injuries and stuff like that. They not giving up. They still out here trying to perform, and I love that about them. I love that, and I've seen that multiple times. I've seen that with myself. You see that all the time. Like, you don't let anything hold you back. You don't let anything stop you.
So before we get to the last two things, and are you going to be going out to like any NFL games this year?
Yes, I will be going to some of the Raiders games. Mm-hmm. I sure will be doing that. I will be doing that one. My loyalty lie with the Raiders, as you probably noticed, as you can see. Yeah. My son loves them. I love them. I just love the way how they treat their players. Future, past, and present players. They treat them all the same. They give you all the love. And yeah, I will be going. That's I'm a Raiders. I'm Raiders to the heart. I'm silver and black.
Yeah. So the last two things now, our team is part of this foundation. It's called the Hugh Jackson Foundation. I'm sure you know him, a former NFL coach. He used to be with the Raiders too, and now he's the offensive coordinator at Tennessee State with Eddie George. And we're trying to help him prevent human trafficking, making sure the community stays safe, the kids stay safe. So we'll send you the foundation so you can go check it out.
Oh yeah, please do that. And again, that's one of the things that, like I say, I don't mind volunteering my time. I just, whatever I can do to help and stuff like that, please. I volunteer my time all the time. I mean, if I'm on, just let me know on certain days. I will be a part of it.
Yeah. And the last thing here, would you like to say anything to all the nurses, doctors, and essential workers right now?
Oh, thank you. Thank you for helping us and helping our family. And all you guys do, you're probably not getting a lot of credit, but understand that we're all tipping our hats to you, showing our gratitude and showing our support. And it's not a day go by where we're not praising you guys, and we appreciate you guys for everything you've done and still doing.
Well said there. And are you planning on writing a book? Because I think you should write a book.
You know what? I've told a lot of people, every NFL player or every athlete can write a book on everything that's went on for their career and what they've seen. And I don't think I'll write a book. But if anybody wants any information or need knowledge or something, please, I don't mind. But I'm not writing a book. Everything I have, I'll give it to my son of all my history of playing this game and my trials and tribulation in this game. So that's what I'm doing.
Oh, yeah, there it is. That wraps up episode 897 with former NFL Arena Football wide receiver Doug Gabriel. I just want to say thank you again for joining the show. It's truly an honor. Now he coaches kids in football, and he has a foundation, DG85 Foundation. Go check it out on all social media formats. Thank you again. This was awesome and an honor. We would like to have you back on the show so you can meet the full team at some point. But keep up the great work with these kids. It's all about the youth now. And actually, this Saturday I'm going to be coaching soccer and helping these kids grow in the soccer game. So I can't wait for that.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
it's terrific to see them guys play too. To see them, I don't know how you can kick a ball way to your right and then slash to the left and hit back right. That's amazing.
Yeah, but
I've seen it. I know it's impossible, but I've seen it.
Yeah, but thank you again, man. This is awesome, man. Keep up the great work.
Thank you.